Hello and welcome to the Irish Hunting Podcast, brought to you by myself, Brendan Maguire, and Anthony Grogan. We're going to be bringing you all the best hunting, fishing and field sports from around the country. Hello and welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast on this beautiful June bank holiday weekend. On this episode number 36, we bring you all things fishing, from spider crabs in Spiddal to carp and tench on the Royal Canal and all in between. On Let's Talk Gear section is the turn of element optics, and before we finish out, we'll be touching on a subject in an upcoming podcast, which is all things ticks and Lyme disease. Hope you all enjoy. Anthony Grogan, how are you getting on, lad?
What's happening, Brenny?
Oh, sure, same shit, different day, lad. Same shit, different day. Beautiful fucking weather.
Cracking, man. Cracking.
Absolutely fucking cracking weather, so it is.
Not for us two, we're stuck in recording this out.
I know, honest to God, we better. I said, if we don't fucking get it done shortly, we won't get it fucking done at all, be Jesus. That's it. We got a few text messages off people going, lads, what the fuck's the story? When are you doing the next one?
I was just going to say that, man. I had a few messages last night, probably similar to yourself. Fucking nothing to listen to here. What's happening? So, yeah, it'll be out today.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. How are you getting on down there? You're down there soaking up the fine weather.
The Galwegian air. Yeah, it's lovely down here, man. It's lovely down here.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hopefully get a couple of beers there later on and soak up a bit of the sunshine.
Yeah, I'm up this end of it. Just chilling here, going to take her handy this week now and soak up the rest of the sunshine today and chill out, have a few beers, maybe listen to the match, and that'll be it. Just get ready for another week of work, yourself.
Yeah, good man. Has to be done,
man. Come here. I suppose we'll do a little bit of let's talk or a bit of news, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll start with the news.
Busy week out there, in fairness. There's a good bit of stuff going on, and a bit of stuff going on this weekend as well, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's kick it off. I suppose the Steve McColgan Memorial Charity Shoot. It's the Saturday, the 22nd of July, 9 o'clock. There's a team of 4 shooters. Is £100. Contact Dave in the Midlands National Shooting Centre of Ireland. All the details there on Facebook. You'll find the guys on Facebook. So yeah, it's as far as I know, 0.22 and 308. And yeah, £25 a head. Team of 4, bit of crack, day sport, and the guys doing great work down there.
That'll be a right bit of crack, actually. Yeah, just looking at that, that'd be something. That'd be fucking cool. So yeah, definitely look into that, as the fella says. That's deadly. Yeah. Over to me, I just want to give a massive shout out to the Target Shooting Association of Ireland, Irish Target Shotgun Squad, winning the gold and silver and overall winners at the Lemax Club. So sorry, that's some going. Yeah, great stuff going on with the target shooting and the clay shooting and stuff like that, isn't there?
Yeah. I think we're punching well above our weight in all the disciplines there. Like we've mentioned a couple of times now, the guys bringing home gold, silvers, and doing fantastically well on all the international tournaments. So yeah, well done to everyone.
Well done to them, yeah. Super stuff. That's keep it going. Hope you get the bit of funding and the credit you deserve. So yeah, that's
probably not.
Probably fucking not. But but one day, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, if we keep shouting, Brenny, we'll get somewhere.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Come here. Another one I just want to talk about is a cool one. This is cool, man. I didn't even know stuff like this existed here. This is deadly. So this, Slaney Archers. Again, they have their own Facebook page, and I think they've got a couple of YouTube clips and stuff. But yeah, Slaney Archers holding a course. The course, we've a bit of a thing here. So they're doing 2 days of archery in the sunny southeast of Ireland. Great weekend, not to be missed. Open to all World Archery affiliated organisations and IFAF members. Enter now at Archery Ireland justgo.com. You'll get it on. There's a link there on their Facebook page on it. But that'd be fucking deadly, man. That'd be something I'd love to go down and see. Yeah, that'd be class now. Yeah.
You never know. Someday we might get a bit of archery across the water or something. It'd be a nice bit of prep work, hopefully.
Yeah, honest to God. Yeah, I think there's a lot of youngsters out there kind of getting into it. And you see like all the sports shops and a lot of the hunting stores and stuff selling. They've a lot of gear, like, so there is obviously a lot of people into it. So I'd say now if you're something you're interested in getting into, give those great guys a shout and they'll point you in the right direction. So that's Slaney Archers.
Brilliant. And I don't think that doesn't require kind of huge licenses and stuff to get into. So like for young guys or girls looking to get into a discipline, and if GAA or any of that kind of stuff doesn't suit, that's a great alternative, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah,
an outdoor sport, etc., etc. So yeah, well done.
Absolutely brilliant, man. Brilliant. Yeah. Right,
over to me. Something a little bit across the pond. So Strictly Shooting UK and Richard Gray they're hosting the .410 British Open Championship on the 28th of August. It's £59 for a 100-bird shoot. All the details there. If you contact EJ Churchill, you'll find all the details on Facebook. And for our friends across the water, looks like a good day shooting over there as well.
Good day shooting as well, yeah, with the 410, man. That's cool. Never shot a 410 actually. Excuse me, but that'd be something definitely different. All right, yeah, deadly stuff. That's class, brilliant.
And somewhere a little bit closer to ourselves now, Brenny. You have this one.
Are we talking about now? Am I talking about? Sorry, are we not talking about the fishing end of things here now? Are we? Have we gone on to this one?
You're on the Beliver.
Beliver. Sorry, yes, Beliver. I just skipped by that. Yeah. So that's actually on this weekend, but it's on today and it's on tomorrow. So June Bank Holiday weekend shooting competition over in the Beliver Clay Shooting Grounds. From 10 until 2 p.m. So it's on there tomorrow as well. Contact Pat on 086 824 5672. Beliver Shooting Grounds is only across the road from us here, and by all accounts,
that's we must head over, Brenny.
I was over there before myself a few years ago. Fantastic setup, like serious setup over there. So we'll have to bring the podcast over there, and as I said, they're practically our neighbours, even though they are in County Meath, which we can't be having everywhere.
We have to forget. Yeah, we should look at. That's why we put them over there, the kids, so they can make all the noise over there.
Exactly. Yeah, can't have it everywhere, lad. Can't have it everywhere.
Good stuff.
You're on to what do you want to? You want to this one?
Yeah, this is an interesting one, man, because I've seen a little bit kind of coming and going on Facebook, and one of our mates here in the podcast sent us this. There was a sturgeon, a 25 kilo sturgeon caught by, I hope he's got his name right now, Sergio Cabanu and his son Danny on the river shore. Now I think this, as far as I know, this specimen has been taken in for testing to see its origins. Was it a native, or was it some sort of a farmed offspring of a farmed or something like that? So anyway, either way, it's a serious lump of a fish.
Man, I'll be honest with you. When I saw it first, I said, there must be a river shore, like with a different spelling somewhere in Europe. I didn't think there was sturgeons land in the river shore, and apparently the last sturgeon caught in Ireland was in the 1980s.
Yeah.
So, that's unbelievable. What a monster of a fish, man.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Untethered and Wanderwise, where adventure has no age limit. We're your co-host, Heidi Brandis and Nikki Mahundro, and we're here to inspire and celebrate women over 45 who are embracing their independence and want to explore the world on their own terms.
Yeah, so if anyone has more details on that or wants to get in contact with us about it and keep us posted on exactly what's happening, feel free to do so, and we'll keep you updated.
Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely, yeah. 110%, yeah. Is that it for our news section this week?
That's the news.
That's the news. Dun.
Over to the weather.
Over to the weather. The weather's mint.
Yeah, great.
The weather is fucking mighty, and long may it last. Long may it fucking last.
Yeah. Before we move on, right? I know we're going to do loads of fishing, right? Mm-hmm. But this is just a quick one. I just wanted to give a mention because I know it's a little bit away, but one of the guys actually messaged us a few weeks back, and it was my fault. We didn't mention it, so I wanted to just try and give him a. So Deer Recovery Ireland, right? They're on Instagram. The lads have Bavarian mountain hounds there, and he's kindly offered he's up the north of Ireland, so anywhere in the north region. It's a free and confidential wounded deer track recovery service. Now, I know there's only kind of deer sections going on now at the minute, but it's a fantastic service to have. You know, because we've all been there where you've knocked a deer and you're finding it hard to locate him, and this will be a wonderful service. And the guys are trying to get. They have an idea of having a team in every county of Ireland. You know, eventually.
That's class. Yeah, that's a dead idea.
Essentially, you have your number, you ring your local deer tracker, and they'll be more because they want to work the dogs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's a benefit for both parties, and I'm sure. Look, if there's a few quid to cover petrol expenses, I don't know what way it works, whatever. But I'm sure that the guys would sort that out anyway. But they're mad to work the dogs. So as we approach the season, we'll give them another shout out. But I just wanted to give them a big shout out. I wasn't forgetting them. Well, I did forget them. Sorry, but I didn't now. So.
You unforgot them.
So I'm sorry, not sorry, right?
yeah.
So yeah, you find all the guys are on Instagram, Deer Recovery Ireland. They're on Instagram. Look them up. Fantastic looking animal as well.
Oh man, they're
unreal.
Yeah, so, they're beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a fantastic service to have.
That would be a great thing to have. Imagine if there was a team, like if there was teams in all the counties, or do you know what I mean? We had a local crowd here. That'd be fucking brilliant, man. I think that's a super idea.
Yeah.
That's class, man. Absolutely class. That is fucking class. Shit, man. That's deadly. I suppose now we're going to move swiftly on to the launching of the Emerald Lady, man, which took place on Friday, just gone by.
Yeah. She's cool. She's cool, man.
Deadly.
She did exactly what she floated anyway. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
And
that was a big bonus. Yeah.
There was a pair of fuckers in it as well. So
exactly, yeah. So we tested it.
She earned her salt, yeah.
Yes, she did, man. 100%. Yeah. Beautiful day. Beautiful. I was just thinking back on it. It was actually choppy enough now. I was just thinking back there, and I was kind of thinking over, the different times I've been out on the lake over the years and stuff, but yeah, that was actually choppy enough now.
Was it?
Yeah. A lot of time now it would be a good bit calmer than that now. Yeah, just when I was kind of thinking about it there, it was definitely choppier than usual. Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, me I came completely underdressed for the occasion.
I tell you the truth, man. I kind of have a bit of an insight into poor Gwen, what Gwen had to put up with, and Avril. I kind of like I don't know. I was walking out the door, and there was a pair of wellies there in my back hall, and I says, I better bring them for the other fella because I guarantee you'll have wellies.
Yeah, but sure, I didn't know, man. I told you I didn't fish. Like, I haven't got my sea legs just yet, So
well,
I ended up in a pair of runners and a pair of shorts and a string vest. And the other fella texted me just as I was pulling into Lillybut. I hope you brought a jacket. Not a screed jacket nowhere.
I like the thing I'd have to laugh at was like a pair of runners. Like, how would you plan on getting into the boat?
Well, sure, I presumed you had waders. You told me the waders, so you were going to pull over the boat, and I was just going to jump off the pier into the boat.
Right, yeah, it works.
I was hoping it wasn't going to sink.
Yeah, I think you're getting it mixed up now with some of them cruiser yokes you see out in the Shannon and places.
It's through these experiences you learn, isn't it?
Exactly, man. Without doubt, yeah. No,
I'm here to bring the rest of the people who don't have a clue on my journey. So first, note to self: Wellingtons or waders would be a good start.
Wellingtons and waders are an essential piece of kit, without doubt. Yeah,
no t-shirts on the lake, man. It is Baltic.
Be the blue. That's why I said even on the hottest day of the year, man. Like there's always a breeze across the lakes. It's so open, like so. Yeah, you wouldn't just be as warm. So yeah, wrap up as the fella says. Bring dress accordingly and bring plenty of gear with you, like Yeah,
but or bring Brendan.
Or if you have one of me floating around somewhere, I'll just bring all the shit for you.
Did you know you'd have a 40-year-old child?
Yeah, honest to Jesus, honest to God. Oh, stop. Anyway. Look, great crack. Brilliant crack.
Good crack. No, it was good crack. And look, she did exactly what she said. The engine, she got bogged down a couple of times just in a few weeds and stuff, but she did. She performed well.
100%. Yeah. Definitely.
I was kind of a bit worried, like with the 5 horsepower, because I was looking at like all the guys, and there were 8s, 10s, 15s, 16 horsepower, 18 horsepower yokes, and we would have 5. But no, I'd be happy enough with that.
Sure. It does for
You know what I mean?
For what we're doing and for the minute, like it's fucking
Yeah.
perfect, like absolutely perfect. Like, yeah, we don't want to be going, like, we're not going to be going out on our own across Lough Derg in the middle of October, or you know, like I think for well, maybe just the complete wrong way of thinking, but for our way of thinking, we just for the minute just don't go out in the middle of the lake, or don't go, just kind of keep into a reasonable area until tell you one thing, man. One thing that definitely this time of year, because I wouldn't really have been out in the lakes much this time of year, it'd be always kind of winter at the hunting, like you know the way you'd be going along, and next thing it's dark water, next thing you're still out, kind of way out, next thing you're in 3 foot water. You're like, oh,
crazy, mad, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're kind of like, oh shit, I hope it don't hit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was an eye opener.
And look, we've probably some tips for people, I suppose. Like the seats were brilliant. The swivel seats are just game changer, aren't they?
Yeah, you know, like, without a fucking doubt.
So comfortable. So like it leaves you in a especially from a casting point of view. I thought it was just, you know, you're so much more comfortable. And when you're traveling, it doesn't seem like the last time we were out, kind of, you were a little bit hunched, and you know, you start to kind of stiffen up a little bit after the couple of hours. Jeez, I was mint, you know. So
definitely, the comfort, man, is fucking phenomenal. Yeah,
phenomenal.
Definitely.
Yeah,
for the price of them and like what they are and all. Oh, Jester, I remember like we used to, like back in the day when we used to be out going hunting like years ago. For years and years and years we would have always just hired a boat. We never would have bought a boat. Like, we always would have just hired them and headed out, and there'd be no swivel seats around that, and you're back and your legs, man, by the time you come back in, you just be fucking wrecked, you know. Whereas these are nice, like
absolutely. And look, we said we've a lot going on, because obviously we were running for the first time, and you know we rods everywhere and bits of gear and stuff like that. So like we were kind of saying what we do different as we go along, and obviously the fish finder worked a treat, thanks to Stu as well. Fair play to him, man.
Yeah, that thing's wicked. Yeah, that's deadly.
Yeah. So we're learning as we go along with that, and we'll be giving another run out, and we'll get a little bit better as we go along. But fish rod holders, I've ordered a couple of rod holders, so we'll have them for next time.
Deadly.
I got 4 rod holders, because that's going to leave it nice and fucking comfortable. We can throw a couple of lines out, and then we can be spinning or fly fishing in a way ourselves. And, and it just leaves as well the boat a little bit more decluttered as well, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah, exactly. It was getting a bit hectic there at one stage. There was rods everywhere, so it was.
Lads fly fishing, trying to take lads' eyes out and ears out.
I must have hit you about 10 times with a fucking rod.
You did, yeah. I know that. I now know you were. I didn't know it at the time, but maybe you were holding a bit of a grudge for me coming underprepared. So that's what it was. It was all fucking
every so often. Oh, whoops! Sorry about that.
They were big flies you were casting with as well, man. Seemed to have a bit of a rock in the fucking end of them.
Yeah, exactly. A Jesus lump of lead at the end of the bat. Oh, stop.
Yeah, and if George, you were right, man. He's as fucking rough out. I don't know. You want another couple of days trying to teach that fella how to fly fish.
Yeah, Jez, if you could do it in a few days, you won't be doing too bad.
You would too bad, yeah.
You would not be doing too bad. But Jez was fucking lovely all the same, wasn't it? No, like obviously, I suppose we didn't get anything, but at the same time, like that was really obviously, catching a couple of fish would have been a fucking bonus, but just to go down and test it out, get our. Now, I suppose conditions, it was outrageously sunny, very clear water. We went out in the middle of the day. All those kind of things didn't help, but I suppose our goal was to get down and get the boat in the water and see what it was like and have a bit of a feel for it and stuff.
Exactly.
We've certainly done that anyway, you know.
I think our next plan, Bernie, we're going to do an evening one, aren't we? Because like when we were coming in, there was a lot more activity on the lake, even with flies and stuff, and we'd actually start to see a couple of fish jump as well, just as we were starting to come in. So
exactly.
Kind of probably hit it at the wrong time, maybe, and
definitely,
look, but like that, they're all the things we'll
you learn as you go along. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think maybe this week or next week we'll try and get down one to evens. We'll just head down to one of the lakes in Mullingar and just head out for an hour or two, and exactly, give it a go and see.
Might do a Thursday evening there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah, we might. We'll plan in something like that, as the fella said.
Listen to this, man. There's no way I'm doing a Thursday evening. But anyway,
I'm trying to think Thursday evening. What? Oh, sure. Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah. You won't be doing anything now for a while.
Well, I'd be right beside that. I'd be in Mullingar. I might be able to dip out for an hour, maybe. And all the roaring and shouting is going on. Should there be no point in me being there now?
No,
getting
exactly.
roared
You'll be
down?
only fucking cluttering up the place. You'll be better as well off over there. Fuck.
Give the doctor a hand.
Give the doctor a hand. Is right. Honest to God. Yeah, yeah. So you have a busy week ahead of you this week, man.
Busy week. Busy week.
Busy
But,
week. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was overall a good success, man. You did a little bit of canal fishing as well.
I done a little bit, yeah. Myself and Cooper were out there as well, yeah. Got a couple. Cooper got himself a little jack pike, a nice little tench, and a couple of roach, and I caught a couple of perch. But it was just gas, man. Like the section we were on, there was 6 pound tension. Like they want to see the size of them everywhere, man. They were swimming up and down, up and everywhere. I tried every single bait in front of the under the sun. I had chopped worms, I had maggots, I had all the sweet corns, I had pinkies, I had a heap of stuff. Put in ground bait, fed it up the whole lot. But when they're not taking it. That's the long and the short of it. You could land it right in front of their nose, and they wouldn't even look at it.
Is it because of? I've heard a couple of people. Is the hot weather? Kind of puts them. They're obviously trying to keep cool, or is it? Or I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think it must be something. Obviously, must be something to do with either the weather or the clarity of the water. Because I've heard loads of times, really, really, really early in the morning or late in the evening is when they'll be taken. So yeah, I presume that's something got to do with the weather or the clarity, the how clear the water is, or something along the lines of that. Yeah, but it was lovely all the same. Nice to just sit out like that. It's just one of those really relaxing things, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And look at you kind of, it's no different than the hunting. You kind of learn something or you see something. Like we seen a big trout jumping, even when we were on the lakes. There's always a day. And then remember that noise on that island again. I don't know, man. There's some freaky fucking sounds following us.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was, man. That sounded like a goose getting fucking tortured or something. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, it was mad. And then of course the swans were out with the little cygnets behind her, and
that was lovely.
Yeah, beautiful. So
and
then the dragonflies, were the dragonflies them blue ones?
Yeah. Honest to God, man.
Try to get a picture, man. Jesus, man, they're unbelievable, yokes, aren't they?
Man, they're fucking stunning. The amount of duck then flying around as well. But the Lord, Jesus Christ, it's class. It's brilliant. It's great for the head and just the water, and it was fucking lovely, man. The fresh air. I tell you, man, it makes you tired. Were you tired? I was
tired and hungry.
Tired and hungry, man. I was absolutely wrecked when I came home. Yeah, wrecked. But
you're kind of concentrating and you're going all the time, I suppose. Even when you're sitting down, obviously, but you're putting on flies, you're casting, you're spinning. There's always something going on. So no, you would be.
You would be.
We had a mug of tea. We had the brown bread sandwiches. We had a bar and a pack of crisps and out in the middle of the lake. So what else would you be?
What else did you want? And how quick we were drifting as well. Like that just goes to show you how much of a breeze there was there too, man. Like I
could not believe that, man. We were over one side of the lake, and there was a marker. There was a lump of wood or something sticking up out. It wasn't there,
there was like
something sticking up.
Yeah,
and we were right beside it, and literally, it felt like 10 minutes later, but you don't feel the time going out there.
No.
I look over, and this fucking thing was half a mile away from us.
Yeah, honestly, 100%, man. That's what I couldn't. And that kind of just goes to show you how strong the bit of a current and the wind and that was. And when you're fishing, you don't notice because you're just looking at water. You're not really looking at you're not looking at the shore, and you're just kind of looking focused on the water, and you're casting away, and you just don't realize. And exactly, I was like, remember the orange bite that was out.
That's right.
And I was like, fucking, where even is that? And we headed back up
like a dot.
It was like a dot in the distance. And we had park literally right beside it. Jesus.
It was unbelievable.
Mad. Yeah, it was absolutely mad. Yeah.
You said as well, Brenny, a little anchor be no harm, would it?
Yeah, I think some lads will use them if you're in a spot and you didn't want to be drifting too far. Yeah. Drop one down. Then I suppose it depends on the water we were in. There was areas there, it was 3 foot, then we were at 40 foot. And it's mad. Yeah, the way it changes is fucking. It's a whole other discipline. Fishing to those extremes, I think it's kind of, we spoke about before. I think it's kind of for a lot of lads that are really, really successful at fishing. And we've said it before, where a lot of lads fish but don't hunt, and a lot of lads hunt don't fish. I think it's hard to dedicate all your time. You nearly need to be if you want to be really, really successful at one, you nearly want to be focusing your efforts on one. Do you know that sort of way?
Yeah.
Because it's a whole other it's a whole other discipline, isn't it?
Oh, look, and then within that, then you have you have like you're spinning for trout, spinning for pike, two different disciplines within disciplines.
Yes.
You have fly fishing, another discipline. You know,
Yeah.
you have sea fishing, another discipline. You've so many different.
Oh.
And one of the guys actually messaged me, "Here, would you ever do a podcast on fly fishing for pike?" And I said, "Jesus, man, my head can't comprehend."
I know, man.
You know what I mean?
I know. You're there going.
River fishing.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Fucking rivers. It's just fucking never ending.
Carp fishing, coarse fishing, fucking hell, man. Spear fishing. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It is madness what's going on. Come here.
Look, it's good to touch on it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You and Rob had a good old day as well.
We had a great day, man. Yeah, we got down early into Galway, and the lads in Wild Hunter directed us out to Spiddal Pier, and yes, so we decided this was only my second time sea fishing, and like that again, you know, it's like it's very hard to comprehend. There's all different. The guys actually showed us a different knot for tying on to the
excuse me, sorry.
When we're out there, I was getting a bit of gear for the fly fishing, and they were showing us a different knot for tying on there. And you're like, Jesus, man, there's another fucking thing I have to try and remember and try. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's very. But anyway, we got out there nice and early, and of course the sun beating down. Off to a great start, man. I never put on, and I'm not advocating this, but I don't wear sunscreen, and I know I should, and I know people are giving out, but anyway, you know what's coming, man. But anyway,
that doesn't surprise me one little bit. That just does not surprise me.
Get down to the mobile, and I said, Rob said, "Did you bring any sunscreen?" I said, No, but I said, I'm sure my darling wife has some packed away somewhere. So I went up into the press, and lo and behold, I took down a bottle of, there's a bottle. Yeah, it's Factor 6. Great. That's better than nothing, you know? So, of course, I poured a big glug of this out because the spray thing wasn't working. And I said, "Jeez, it's a bit watery." That's what I fucking was putting it on me. And he said, "What the fuck is that?" He said, "That looks like oil." It was fucking tannin oil, man. And I lathered up to the bollocks with this stuff, man. And so you can just imagine, right? Now, to put it in context, right, there's new people after moving into the mobile beside us I've never met, and I said to Rob, "Here, you may get me back," you know. So he put a bit on me back, and I look over, and here's not that it matters, but here's the neighbour looking in as Robert lathered me up with what looks like fucking oil.
Oh man, I should I introduce a bit of Barry White music here when you're talking about
honest to God. Anyway, Rob won't like that story, but that's the truth of it. I'm here to tell the truth.
Classic.
So I said they were saying, geez, if me going around doing videos, I said, the boys next door are into some sort of movie making or something, but so on we go.
I remember. Sorry. I remember seeing a skate video of that somewhere before when you're out on a lads' holiday. It gets to the point where like you put something on, but you can't get your back. One of the lads, they met fashioned, did one of the mini paint rollers. With a long handle on a paint tray, just pour it in and just roll it onto your own back.
Roll it on, yeah. So yeah, at one stage I was bent over, rubbing a bit on my legs, and he was doing me back.
Jesus Christ! Just in case you've just joined us, he took one for
the team. So
if you've just joined us there, we actually are a hunting podcast. Just in case
absolutely. And to make matters worse, man, I said to Rob, fucking it doesn't soak in like sunscreen, this fucking oil, right?
Yeah.
So driving along, and I said, "Do you have a tissue, man?" I said, "I think there's fucking something in me, like my eye." And he said, "You keep rubbing your legs and then rubbing your eyes." So I was putting fucking tannin oil in my eyes.
Oh man.
So I kind of got my eyes swollen, lubed up with fucking tannin oil out in the middle of the pier, and the sun and it hammering down.
Oh, be the Lord.
So after a good start. Anyway, back to the fishing, the proper story.
Yeah.
So we set up. So I was on a what's called a 2-hook flapper rig, and Rob was on a 2-hook pulley rig. I was fishing with a 1 0 hook, and he was on a 2-0 hook, right?
Right.
I'm sure that there's, I'm not, but anyway, that's what we were fishing with.
Right.
So, we fished off the bottom with a breakaway weight. So the breakaway weights is the big ball weights. You ever see them with and they have kind of like spikes on them, so you fold the spikes over. And when you cast out, the idea being, we were fishing with sand eel on the top hook and lugworm on the bottom. And when the fish bites, it hooks itself by pulling on the weight, obviously, and then the spikes engage in the sand. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so it's like an anchor, basically.
Kind of like an anchor, yeah. And then on Rob's one, he was doing the pulley rig. So basically, he attaches his hook onto the weight, and there's like it's a pulley rig. It's like so when his weight hits the water, it lets the bait go. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I think I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
so
it's
it
attached to the weight. Hopefully, I'm not describing that greatly, but it's like
I know what you're saying. So,
yeah,
and one line can move independent of the weight. That makes sense.
Yeah. So when his weight hits the water, there's a little plastic lad that comes up and breaks off the rig. So sorry, that was a different rig. His one was like a little snap hook thing, right? So a little when that hit the water, it kind of moved up towards the top of his rod.
Okay.
And his bait snapped away then. So in other words, it freed itself from the weight. So you're casting out into the right spot, and then the bait breaks away.
Okay. Right. You've had a good bit of success, man. I was well, I suppose we'll talk about the crab for starters.
Yeah, the first one, obviously, I was casting to the right hand side, and Rob to the left, and then I felt a bit of a tug, and you get loads of little tugs because there's loads of crabs out there, so you get loads of little kind of vibrations on the bait, and I just gave a little bit of a pull on the line, and it's, oh geez, I think I'm on. And with that, I was reeling in, and I could see down below me. Now it's about, you're fishing off maybe 15, 20 foot of a drop in the pier.
Yeah.
And I could see just as I was coming in, there was a crab on the line, and I said, he'll never hold on. And with that, we were pulling up, and I just pulled the rod up and landed a big spider crab. Yeah.
No way.
Monster. So yeah. And then we didn't have much. We had a couple of little bites and stuff like that. We'd no success with the sand eel. So the next time, Rob was saying he'd probably set up another rig to fish off the bottom. And with the lugworms, we found a little spot. So of course, late in the day, we looked over and you couldn't see it, but there's a little bridge. So there's a river feeding out into the sea.
Okay.
So we started to hit towards that, and that's where we started to land a couple of the wrasse. And we landed some nice wrasse, actually.
Yeah. They were cool looking fucking fish, man.
Yeah.
For people that don't know a wrasse, describe it. It's kind of a greeny
brown color, different shades. Yeah,
but similar to a perch, kind of, I suppose.
Kind of similar enough. Yeah. But like they have a barb on the bottom of their belly as well, and then their fins are fucking razor, man. So, Rob got a little nick a couple of times off one of them. I managed to steer clear, thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're like little paper cuts, man. They give you like they're nasty little feckers, but yeah, like good sport. And
brilliant.
I landed two at one time there, as you've probably seen in the video.
I've seen that, man.
One
yeah.
top hook and a slightly bigger one. Yeah, and we got on into a rhythm them, and we were bang on the money there, and we landed. I probably 7 or 8 of them, so that was a bit of sport. And then I made a discovery of all discoveries, man, and this is what happens with fishing. You fucking learn, and you find what works for you.
Yeah, definitely. So
what I discovered was that far from going into needing like flapper rigs and pulley rigs and all kinds of weights and stuff, what you do is at about 7:30, a boat pulls into the fucking harbour there with a heap of lads fishing, and you ask your man, have you any old fish spare? And he throws you up a couple. So you don't need no fishing rod at all. So,
For fuck's sake.
so you spend the whole day fucking fishing. You catch a crab is about all you can eat. And you have about 7:30 after being scorched the bollocks. The boys come in and here, any chance to give us a few fish. And no, in fairness to the boys, Kevin on the boat down there in the pier launches up 3 beautiful coalfish.
Coal, is it?
Coalfish, yeah.
Coalfish, right?
Yeah.
What are they like?
Yeah. They're grey in colour. I think similar enough to pollock or it's a white fish.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Now, obviously, he had them actually deheaded for us and all, so and gutted.
Way.
So I didn't get to see the full fish.
Maybe they were bait. And he said, "Look at these eagles."
Yeah, look at these eagles. Yeah. No, if the boys were out, they were. He does a boat charter there from the pier, and there was 5 or 6 lads back, and they said themselves it was a slow enough day. There was no mackerel, no pollock, just a heap of coalfish. So, yeah, they all went to put home with a bucket of fish anyway, and a bit of crack. So,
brilliant. We're putting that on their list of things to do fairly shortly, I hope.
Yeah, we have his number, so we're gonna arrange that now. Before the summer's out.
Yeah, now I'd be honest. Now, I don't know what you're like. I wouldn't have great sea legs. I wouldn't like going like fucking 100 miles off the coast now, Ranton. But if you're just kind of out a little bit, probably wouldn't be too bad.
Oh, but that's you, McGuire. Now you're already dictating. Now it's all about you. It's all about fucking you.
No, I'm just saying. I said I don't know how you feel about it, but I wouldn't be great like on boats in general. Well,
do you get sick and all?
Well, no, like I've been on. Well, when I say no, I don't be like. Well, I've never really been on boats, bar like either like fucking 17-foot sheeling boats or like fucking, the Stena line. Not much in between now, to be honest with you. So I don't really know. I don't know. I've been on the Stena line.
We survived. We survived the first day in the Emerald Lady. We grand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think we have a bit of a plan for 6 of us. I think myself, yourself.
Yep.
Ross and Rob and Stevie White is in, and I think you're bringing one other member.
I have to mention it too. Yeah, there's a few lads interested in it now. I have to mention it. I'd say Big Mac actually might go. I was just thinking there. I'd say Big Mac would be fucking mad keen on going down there for that. I'd say yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, sure. We'll be sorted.
There's 6 lads, and sure we might have a bit of a competition on the day or something.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Sure, you have to have a bit of a competition. You have to. Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So yeah. We're gonna pencil that one in, and that'll be a bit of crack now during the summer.
Happy fucking days, man! Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We need to get this booked and get it sorted because we have to, when we do make plans, we have to kind of go ball headed at it, don't we? Or we fucking shit gets in the way.
Yeah, we're gonna pencil it in now. So because once we get this week over, it's a bit of a busy week for both of us, so we get this over with.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we'll make the plan towards the evening.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% make the plan to go towards the evenings, right? Yeah. What way you fix? Yeah, I have 20 minutes. Right, fuck it, we'll go. Yeah. That's what. At least
she seems grand there. She's grand. She's grand.
She'll ring me if you need that.
Yeah. Good job, Barbara doesn't do the shooting in their house, or I would be shot.
Anyway. Yeah, 110. You should be fucking nearly at this stage now. Yeah, you should. She's a saint, as I've always said, a saint.
Other than that, what plans do we have for the week?
We've a few bits and pieces, I suppose. We need to get out. I tell you what, I definitely want to get out. With that weather coming up, it's just on me, man. I just want to get more rabbits, man. I want to get them, clean them, get them geared up. I have them in the freezer, and then just make some more dishes with them. I really, really, really want to make that bourbon infused.
Yes.
I got my charcoaler back. Well, I'm getting it back. My big industrial charcoaler that I don't know if I showed you that one.
No,
it's like a kind of a big style barbecue, but it's all like the vents and stuff for getting your heat up, and you can smoke. You can use it for smoking, and it has the adjustable rack and all that. So I wasn't using it, and I gave it to my ma, and then she's not using it. So I was like, no, fucking, I'm 100% using that now. So I want to start doing some stuff like that, man. I want to really get. I'd love to do another episode or two on a bit of like summer cooking and get some barbecues going and stuff like that. I'd fucking love that. Be brilliant.
Yeah. No, I think look, we'll arrange it, and even fucking if Jack was on, we could bring him down fishing, man, and imagine having him there that evening doing up a couple of fish dishes.
Yeah, man. Honest to God, yeah, that'd be class.
He might be interested if he's busy.
He might, yeah.
We'll just have to call them out basically on the podcast. So
on the podcast, Jack, you have no idea this is going on, but this is what we're planning.
And we're only using you for your kitchen cooking skills. Great company.
No, we're not. That's a dreadful thing to say.
No,
no, but honest to God, yeah, that'd be great to have fucking Jack on for sure, man. Yeah,
it'd be brilliant, man. And he'd be actually a bit of sport, and imagine having his expertise on the fish as well, you know. And as you know, he's I think he did a bit of fishing as well, didn't he?
I think he did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. From memory. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but nice to get down. Yeah, honest to God, yeah. But it's just be lovely to get down like that. Either like there's two things we could do. We could do either like a sort of a rabbit inspired one from here and pigeon again, and barbecue wise we could do like a seafood one where we could down fishing. Yeah, that'd be class. I'd love that, man. I would love that. So yeah, next level is right. But that was our fishing adventure, I suppose, for this week. That was a sort of a wrap on it, and I don't know if people will learn from that, or maybe they'll leave this a bit more confused than they were before. Probably
the latter. But,
probably.
We will be getting better as we go along.
Exactly.
A couple of things, Bernie. A couple of things that caught my attention during the week.
Yeah.
One of the things was I hear over in England, the RSPB in England they're employing people to. Do you seen this?
Seen this, yeah.
In the Telegraph to hunt foxes.
Foxes, yeah.
So we've gone full circle, right? So we're now at the stage, obviously, where people won't admit, do you know what I mean, that foxes and vermin are a problem, and we all have to pretend like that they're all beautiful and lovely and all that kind of stuff, and nature will find a way.
Yeah.
But the people actually in conservation and wildlife recognize it, but they can't publicize it. So yeah, they have to employ people now, like contract fucking shooters, you know, to go around to do what clubs were doing.
Exactly.
All of it.
all from day one.
Isn't that just like typical of the world we live in now, you know?
Oh, exactly, man. Yeah. But they still won't. Yeah, they just won't admit it. Like they're just like, sure. I think they don't want anybody fucking knowing it, you know. Similar to probably some of the organizations here. There's they'll do environment control, but they don't want anyone knowing about, you know.
Knowing about it, and I think one of actually. You listen to the guys as well. We'll give them a shout out as well. Tommy's Outdoors, another good podcast for all things hunting, and he does similar to ourselves, but probably a lot more detailed in his analysis and very well schooled. I heard one of the lads he had on there talking about, you know, the conservation element. Obviously, you know, we're the big common, or the big, what would you say, we're the kind of the elephant in the room, pardon the pun, but so nature will do its thing, but we're what's interfering with nature. So if we weren't there, obviously nature would kind of create its own balance and stuff like that, but we're building roads and houses and all kinds of stuff and depleting habitats at a huge rate. So if we don't you know, help nature, in other words, you know, a lot of the birds and species that are under pressure, they won't recover quick enough. They just will. They won't have the chance because we're taking away their homes, and then they're more susceptible to the vermin that was always there, as people say. So people are saying on one hand, oh, these vermin are always there, you know. But the birds had loads of other places to hide. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Yeah. So exactly. It's like sending an army out with luminous fucking jackets on instead of camouflage gear. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's it's a bugbear, and I think it's something we're going to have to contend with and front up to the more. And
but there is some good things going on. I think I know we've spoken this before. I know with social media we always kind of rag out on social media, but there is some positives to it. Like I think a lot of people now I think for years and years and years it was just like, oh, hunters are fucking bloodthirsty fucking savages, and you know that was it. They're like, oh, out there shooting innocent animals, they're X, Y, and Z. And I think now there's been a lot more through the different social media channels and probably our own podcast. I hope people that say the non-hunting population are a bit more educated on why we do what we do. And you know, it's absolutely great to see it. And there's one I just want to I think I did I send this to you, and I just want to bear with me. I want to get the name of this right. But I was sitting down the other night having a flick through Netflix, as I would on occasion.
Yes, you did, I haven't got the chance.
Oh man, you really need to have a look at this. And it's about Steve Ranella. Has a new movie on. It's a documentary. It's a movie. I think it's this one-off thing. It's about 1 hour and 10 minutes long, but it's on Netflix. Stars in the Sky: A Hunting Story, and it is brilliant. I would urge every listener that's listening into this podcast in your thousands, go on and have a look at this. Even if you're not into hunting, you just purely just have a look at this. He just does the most amazing way, I suppose, of educating people on the way that we are, the way our headspace works as hunters. That, you know, there's always this breakdown. He says it very well. I love animals and I kill animals. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And people can't seem to comprehend that. But just the way it's all broken down, and what's brilliant about it is he takes a multitude of hunters of all different nationalities, different backgrounds, different, you know, ethnics, everything, but they all have the one kind of common denominator, that they have this love for the outdoors. You know, they have this is what that they love. But it's a fantastic movie, documentary, whatever you want to call it. I would urge everyone definitely get on. And like Steve Ranella is one of those lads. He's a huge conservationist.
Second only to ourselves, man.
He's exactly. Yeah. He's second only to ourselves. Yeah.
So we're asking people to follow Steve. You know, get behind him. Support him. You know, because you know, and look, when he gets a few more followers, we'll have him on the podcast.
When he gets a few. Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you just get your followers up there a little bit more for the
yeah.
But no, he's one of those lads. Like he's on Netflix. Man. Like you look at other stuff that's on Netflix, Kardashian fucking shite talking. Who gives a fuck about some fucking breakdown or some husband that's? Do you know what I mean? That fucking.
You don't like the Kardashians, no?
Oh man, that shite to go on with just turns my stuff. I'm having a bit of a tough time because my fucking boyfriend farted in the bed. Or who gives a fuck? Steve
Another favourite of Brenny's is Grey's Anatomy.
Leave me alone. That fucking Grey's Anatomy, I swear to God. Every time if it comes on here, I do just start to growl until she changes it. I swear to God.
Why are we watching that, Deb?
Oh, man. I can't. I tell you, man, it's just one of those things. Like, it's full of sadness, misery. Poor people, you know, that are dying and have kids and left, and it's so terrible, sad. And I'm like looking at this, sitting down after a fucking day's work, and I'm looking at her going, Deb, see this here, right? This husband-wife situation here. She's fucked, and you know, she's kind of telling him, "Oh, move on now, and don't wait." You know what I mean? I said, that's our worst nightmare. Why the fuck am I sitting down here with my cup of tea watching this shit? Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, like, God forbid if that happens, right? Fuck, we'll have to deal with it. But fuck, do I want to be sitting down on Friday night looking at it? I can't. I tell you, man, I can't comprehend it. But anyway, that's my rant about that.
I knew where that rant was going.
You knew that was going to happen. Yeah,
I threw the ball in, and you did. You caught him around with it.
You do throw in an old grenade and then just fuck off. Yeah. But anyway, no, Steve Ranella, a big advocate of his. I think with his meat eater on Netflix and stuff. He's started a whole talk around the world about hunting and conservation, and it's absolutely brilliant.
No, and I think our last. I was thinking because we've had again, especially on our last podcast. I think we touched on, you know, good for the head and stuff like that, and I think we were all both kind of conscious about doing it and stuff like that, you know. But what a reaction we got to that.
Yeah,
like we've had, and both you and I think we're talking about some of this, like we've had some messages from people, and I mean, you know, heartbreaking stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And brought a tear to both your eye and mine. And I don't think I'm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Emphasizing that enough, but some stories, man, that would break people. You know, have lost loved ones and.
Oh man, absolutely.
You know, I've gone through. Do you know what I mean? And what being outside and being in nature and hunting community and hunting friends I think Hunt and Steph actually mentioned it as well. The connection that people have, when they hunt and stuff. Like me, like I think we had to struggle to get a couple of hours on Friday, but you and I, between work and family commitments, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not that when you're going to it, you're saying, Jesus, and obviously you have phone calls and work and stuff like that. But then when you're out there and you come out of it, but you and I got off that fucking boat on Friday, not a worry in the world. You know what I mean?
No.
At least do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You were physically tired but mentally you were in a better space. And I think that's the benefit of it. And it cannot be overstated, And I think Matt Romkey spoke about it, Hunt and Steph, but you and I, and as I said in last week's podcast and the messages and stuff, I just think that, collectively as a community, hunting, fishing, country sports, and nature, just being out. Like, we didn't catch a fucking fish on Friday.
No.
And still you come off and you're top of the mountain, in terms of, your well-being,
Yeah, you're like a new man. Yeah, 100%, without a doubt, man. It's just fucking, it's there for everyone to enjoy, and we said it before that you don't need to be hunting, or you don't have to necessarily have to be fishing, but that's part and parcel of what we do, and it kind of helps us along on our journey, and it gives us, I suppose, a reason to get out there in the first place, if that makes sense. It's the driving factor, right? I'm going hunting, right? What's the first thing to do, right? I need to get out of the house. I need to get out into the fields. I need to get down by the river. I need to, do you know what I mean? Out into the woods.
Yeah.
And it's it's food for the soul, without a doubt. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I went for a walk, I think I was telling you with Lexi and my little one, and we downloaded the Merlin app, I think we spoke about, but and it records and gives you the if anyone doesn't have it, fucking
brilliant.
Turn it on, press record, and it'll tell you what birds are in your garden and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, both you and I do a good bit of vermin control around our localities and stuff, and because of that, the amount of little birds and finches and blackbirds, thrushes, just, and it's fantastic to hear. You know what I mean? Just see that. But anyway, we went down for a walk and we heard this little bird, and Ari said to me, "What's that bird, Daddy?" And I said, "I don't know." And I turned on the app, and it was a chaffinch or something, and nattering away like mad, And we just walked through fields and brought Lexi for a walk, and Lexi was in her element, just getting to see the dog, and she bounding through the meadow. It was a meadow, obviously, for hay or silage was being left, and she was just in her element. Ari was in her new boots that her nanny got her for confirmation or for communion, and or her birthday, I think, and just out for an hour and a half.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, that definitely, that's that app we spoke about. It's brilliant, Merlin app, and I just tested it on Thursday evening, I think it was, or Friday, when we were fishing, and there was cuckoos. I could hear cuckoos, and I'll just check this now just to see how accurate it was, and sure as eggs, within seconds it had it up on it. Yeah. So it's the Merlin app. It's it's free to download there. You can get it on your app stores. It's absolutely fucking brilliant. So yeah, it's a really great one to get. Maryland Bird ID is named it. It's just a great one to get kind of the kids interactive and stuff in birds and nature and stuff too. So yeah, it's a good one. It is a good one.
Feeding on to that, I suppose. The clubs, Brady, any happening going on in your club this week? Or
very, very quiet now at the minute, to be honest with you. We're kind of in that period where we're just sort of sorting out paper work memberships and allocating funds and stuff for different bits and pieces for the year going forward. So we're kind of at that time. In the next couple of weeks now, in the next probably 2 weeks we'll get out, so we need to just do a bit of weed, sort out a few weeds and stuff around some of the pens, get them geared up, and we won't feel it then. Our birds will be coming in. So yeah, so it's
when are your birds landing?
I'd say they won't be towards the end of August. I'd say towards the end of August. I'd say, so we'll have a bit of time. Yeah,
but you won't feel that creeping up in either now. You've 4 or 5 weeks, really. Working time,
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, you won't fucking feel it. Is right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What about yourself? What's been going on?
Yeah, we've a clutch of eggs down under Banty. So some of our ducks are hatching. We've 40 or 50 eggs under mallards, so they're hatching away. We've one clutch of pheasant eggs. I think that'll be due over the next while. So I think there's 20 or 30 eggs underneath a couple of banties.
That's brilliant, man.
We've 50 eggs in an incubator. Shane O'Neill kindly sent me up a range of, there's ringnecks and melanistics and scotches and whites and all kinds. So that's, and then I have another 50 coming on Tuesday for another incubator. So we're going hell for leather now, trying to and then I've just bought 30 X layers.
Okay.
So they're X laying hens. They're finished their laying cycle, and we're going to scatter them around the club, just to bring up the local stock of hens. So that's happening this week, and then obviously we've sorted out a new location for a small pen, a holding pen. So we're going to get cracking on that. I'm going to hopefully get the material up for it this week, and have it there for the boys, and hopefully one of the lads can pull it together then.
That's deadly, man. That is deadly.
Quick.
Yeah. That'll be fucking deadly, man. It'll be busy going. And as well, you need to mention as well, you had a big write-up in the Liffey Champion, was it?
Liffey Champion, yeah. We got the Cares of the Countryside programme. Liffey Champion came out and did a bit of a write-up for Newtown National School. So gave us nearly a page and a half in the Liffey Champion, you know.
That's brilliant, man.
So, and Sarah Lynham was the young girl that won the Kildare leg of the competition, and she's going on now. I think it's actually happening either the 8th or the 12th of June. I can't remember which. So she won some lovely prizes. We got her for the school, Wi-Fi enabled nesting box. We're going to give them a hand putting it up. We got them a little incubator. So again, I've a dozen eggs put aside for them on Tuesday to put into the incubator.
Yeah.
So they can. And I got the manual turning ones because I want them to be interactive, that they go and they turn the eggs, and you know they're part of the experience. And hopefully they'll hatch out 12 pheasants that we'll put out locally on one of the sanctuaries. And that'll be all. And we might even hopefully get them to let out one or two in around the school. You know, even might get a feeder that might hold a pheasant there, you know.
Yes, yeah. Just that's brilliant, man. That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. Great to see that going on as well. You know what I mean? It is. I think it's fantastic to see. I've said it before with the some of the local papers and stuff. You know, there's always and rightly so. It's great to see them on some of the say the fishing. There's always a weekly slot for fishing on some of the local papers around here. They always said, "Geez, it'd be lovely now in September if there was one on that." So maybe we might, or on the 1st September or the 1st November, or just get involved a little bit more. I suppose and that comes down to education too. When they realise, I suppose, what work gun clubs and that are doing, down to with thanks to the likes of yourself there, what you're doing there. It's a door open, and it's an education, and it's
look,
stuff,
and hopefully one or two of the kids take something out of it, and then obviously Newtown School, we'll have to give a big shout out because Niall and O'Hare and Maura Milner there and all the teachers are huge advocates of kind of keeping the school a country school. You know, like they're not necessarily country, but just in terms of they're green. They've compost bins, and they've veg gardens, and they've a wildflower meadow. They've a little polytunnel, and all the kids get out and get down and get nitty gritty. Get their hands dirty, and I just think that's fantastic. I think that should be as important an education for kids as their maths or their Irish and because that's how the mechanics of life work. That's
exactly, man. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more with you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's great. It's fucking great.
Your maths book won't be much use to you if the bees are under pressure, or if if wildlife is under pressure, or the ecosystem is not where it should be. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well done, man. That's super stuff. Big up to you. That is.
Thank you very much, my man.
Fantastic stuff. Good on you. You're a fucking good lad.
Look at and we've gone full circle there. So I was an egot there about an hour ago.
Well, you can still be an egot and a good lad. Do you know that sort of way?
I'm a good egot.
A good egot.
For anyone around the world who does not know what an egot is, Just look me up on Facebook.
You'll see him there. He's like a tamaha. Yeah. I don't know which was more red. You were the crab, huh? Jesus.
I have a heap of Sudocreme all over me now for the blisters from the tannin oil.
Oh, sweet love of Christ. Good lad. Jesus Christ. An experience. We'll put it down to an experience, won't we?
An experience, yeah.
An experience is right. Anthony Grogan. You know what time it is, don't you?
Let's do it.
And now it's time for a little thing we like to call Let's Talk Gear. Right, Anthony, we're on our Let's Talk Gear section. We're going to do the Element Optics, and I suppose in particular the Helix.
The Helix, yeah. This is a scope that I think you got in Centre Goal Ammo, is that right, Brendan?
I did. I bought it in Centre Goal Ammo. I didn't actually use it a whole pile. I've used it a couple of times, but it's, she's still fairly well brand new, as the fella says, yeah. So, look, I suppose optics is one of those things everyone kind of has their own opinions of, and look at them. There's good, and I don't know if there are many bad ones out there, but there's good, really good, and probably
exceptionally good.
Exceptionally good. I think there's a lot of that out there, and I did touch on one comment, I think, from the post you put up, and someone commented buy Swarovski or something, buy once or
buy
something.
Zeiss.
Or buy Zeiss, buy Zeiss, buy once, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, I'm not saying that these scopes are better than Zeiss. I'm not saying probably that they're any worse. I suppose it's open to everyone's in interpretation and their budget. I suppose a big thing. Maybe a lot of lads would like to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a scope, but just can't. Which I think we can both relate to. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Over next look, we'll be given, and hopefully we get to review one of the Zeiss scopes as well. But this is the one we have up for review this week. Yeah. So we'll give you our honest opinion on it. And I like you, I've looked through the scope over in Centre Gold, because a couple of them on not this particular model, but he has a couple of them on some of the air rifles over there. Yeah. And like that, very good scope. Yours is
Helix.
And it's the second focal plane, is it? Second
focal plane, exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
and you can get them in first focal plane as well. I think I see on the website. Yeah.
You can absolutely not. Now, the difference between first and second, I'm not overly familiar. I do know one main difference is on a single or first focal plane. As you increase the magnification or the zoom on it, your crosshairs and segments will actually move enlarge with the zoom, exactly. And the second is focal plane, that it doesn't,
remains the same.
Yeah, I think from what Mick has told me, first focal plane, a lot of people use it for long distance shooting. Yeah, exactly. And second is more so for your hunter and stuff like that. So things that are closer distances.
I suppose the benefit of the second focal plane for hunters predominantly is that because the crosshairs don't enlarge with the target, it doesn't blot out your what you're trying to shoot. So and I think that's the benefit to hunters. And obviously we're shooting at a lot, say shorter distances generally. Yeah. Apart from lads who are shooting at 400. I got that one in before you were just about to fucking drop it. So
I was. I had done with it. I was finished with it now, but okay.
There we are. We look at our weekly stop. We're going to have a new fucking slot every week. The 400-yard shot. Have to do a little jingle around it or something.
Classic. I had washed my hands. I was finished with it, and you brought it back up. But,
Anyway, there we go. So but generally, you're probably what. From 100 yards up to 300 yards would be kind of generally the route. Now I know people are going to say, "Oh no, I've shot a fox at 354." But I'm talking about what would you say? The 9 out of 10s. The 9 out of 10s is in around that. So that's why hunters predominantly, I think, go with the second focal plane. So yours is second focal plane. And a very good scope, Brenny.
Yeah, very good scope. Again, I was kind of, what would you say? I was sort of looking around. I'd be one of those lads now. I probably would do a lot of research, probably too much research before I'd commit to sort of buying anything. And and kind of I knew I had a price in my head, sort of where I wanted to be. And I just looked around, and for all intents and purposes, bang for buck. Yeah, I settled on this one. I suppose a little bit about Element Optics. Design and manufactures premium rifle scopes and optics. They're kind of made and manufactured by a team. They're all professional shooters and hunters. You know, the people that make, I suppose, the backroom team around Element Optics. So they're not just lads with shop coats, white coats on them in a room. Some of these lads actually use these and test them. Each product goes under the toughest controls and proudly bears a test card to prove it. And as well as this, there's a platinum lifetime warranty. Like, now, lifetime warranty, man, I think are probably scarce on scopes in this price bracket. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know when you go to obviously other ones and they're more expensive, you'll get the lifetime warranty. But I think for kind of this
what is the price? But say, what did you give for
I think I'd have to double check. I think around, for the Helix, it was around the €500 mark, so which wasn't big money, like.
Jeez, yeah.
Which was not big money at all. You've got there's the Titan, the Nexus, and the Tias are the other ones. But I kind of, my bang for buck from where I was, I think the Helix, I'm pretty sure, man, it cost me around about €500, maybe
in around 500 quid anyway. Yeah,
exactly, yeah. So no, I really like it. Mine's a 6x24x50, and as I say, it's the second focal plane, and I really like it, man. Really like it.
So it's a 50mm lens, isn't that right?
Yeah, 50mm lens. Yeah,
cool.
24 by reticle. It's look, it's it'll give you peace of mind, like up to 1,000 yards. Really, that's what they're saying there.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll ever be testing it to those kind of extremes or those distances, but. Bang for buck for me. In the case, comes with a nice little, the rubber cap for either end of the scope. It also comes with a neoprene kind of cover for it. Lens covers, comes with all the tools for adjustment. Nice little thing on it that's not on all scopes. On the focus wheel on it, there's a little small, I suppose, like a little bolt or a little attachment you screw into it. It just allows you to catch your thumb, and it's just easier. You know what I mean? It just makes the focus just that little bit easier.
I've seen that actually on the website. It's like a little thumb screw that sits in the top of the.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was wondering, what is that for? And like it's making sense now, but that's handy, because especially say if you're out lamping foxes and stuff like that, if you were lamping, in the nighttime, it's nice to have that. You can feel where that is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. You'd know by the position when you have it up. Roughly where you're at and stuff. But again, look, we want to test out some more. I know you've actually sitting in front of me here at the minute. You've got a Crossfire from Vortex. You're sitting in front of me here. I'm very tempted, very tempted to open the box and have a look, but I won't.
You can open away. It's again a second focal plane, I think, and the difference probably mine and yours is dialable scope, isn't it? You can dial in.
Yes, yeah.
I can't on mine. So my old one, it's. And this is the lifetime warranty that comes with the Vortex. Mine has illuminated red. The element is illuminated red on the element.
No, it isn't. No.
On the Vortex, it's illuminated red, but the actual, and it's it's 1 to 10, I think. But you can increase the brightness or dim it down, depending on what light you're shooting in.
Nice.
But that part would actually come off and sent it back to Vortex. The guys actually in Wild Hunter sent it back to Vortex for me. And for the post and packaging, they sent me over a brand new scope.
That's brilliant. That's some peace of mind there, man. That's really, really good, isn't it?
That's and look, we'll review that one down the road. But so yours, there's no illuminator. I think that'd be nice. I presume on some of the models you can probably get that, Brenny, for on some of the higher price models.
I'm not actually sure now that, to be honest with you. I haven't seen that on the range, but again, it possibly could be. There's a good few stockists in Ireland. I think for the Elements, there's a lot of them are stocking them now as well. There's lots of YouTube videos and stuff. That's what I would rely heavily on. I would go onto a lot of YouTube videos and do listen to product reviews, and give the good and the bad, and there wasn't much bad now, to be honest with you, if any. I couldn't hear anyone, there was nothing really bad about it.
On the crosshairs as well, then is it a singular crosshair, like, or is it is there?
No, there's your marks in it. There's your designations for your absolutely, there is indeed, and obviously a focus wheel then to focus your crosshair itself. But I like it. There's like a zero stop. Then you set a zero stop on it for your adjustment, so that you can go, say, you can adjust it to a maximum, and then because the way obviously if you're adjusting, say, your height, and you've positions, just say for argument's sake 1 to 16, but say if you went around twice, you wouldn't know when you were around twice, if that makes sense. You could go from 16 back to 0, but you've gone 2 full turns. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But, obviously on this one there's a zero stop, so you set that so you can go right and go fully one way or fully the other, and then that's it.
Way.
Brilliant. So little things like that, man, are brilliant. So I look at as far as I know, as it stands at the minute, it'll be going on my new rifle. So unless something changes, but so I'll be planning on using that for the year ahead, I think. Okay,
and I suppose brass tacks, Brenny. Then is there anything that what would be the things you change with it? I suppose.
Realistically, man, there's nothing really. There's honest to God, like when it comes to marking this one, like I what could I knock it on? For price, for like, it'd be different if it was a 1,000 or 1,200 euro scope. Then I'd say there's a couple of little things that wouldn't be, I'd like to see a little bit better on it. But bang for buck, man, the clarity is there. The quality, from what I can see at the minute, is there. Again, I haven't owned it for a massive length of time. I can't really knock it.
Like that, if something happens, you can fuck it back, and they'll fix it or replace it. And I think, look, I think from my point of view, it would be nice because I think the Vortex you're looking at there is in around the same price point. But I think, obviously it's not dialable, so that's yours is a plus there. But I know we're not comparing them like for like because they're two different scopes. But I think the illuminated red would be a handy little. I just think it's nice. When you get, so I suppose if you didn't have it, you don't know what you're missing. But then on the other side of it, if you were coming from one that did have, you'd probably want it. True enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a valid point. If there was an option there, I'd certainly take it. It'd be nice to have. All right, definitely. Yeah.
Out of 10. What do you give?
Look at out of 10. We'll give it probably an 8.5 out of 10. On that and illuminated rest, seeing as it's out there and it's on a lot of models now, would be nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but again, for a starter scope, no, you're not going to get too many cheaper scopes than that.
No. There's other models out there. Look, you'll get ones for 150 euros, up to 300 euros, or what they're like. I don't know. I wouldn't rate probably a lot of them. But I think for as you says, like a sort of an entry level scope. And again, I suppose I was buying at the time. My rifle was pretty old at the time and stuff. So it wasn't like I didn't want to spend a fortune on a scope and putting it on a rifle that was,
I think Mick, in fairness, was telling me he's pushing them scopes out some nice distances, so.
Absolutely,
they're doing the business. They're doing the business.
They're definitely doing that. Absolutely, 100%. But that was her. That was the Element Optics scope on the Helix, and so that's it in a nutshell. If I'd say what advice would I give before I'd wrap it up? I would say have a look at them anyway. Definitely have a look at them. Get the thumbs up for me anyway.
In Centre Gold there will gladly, and Mick will tell you the scientific, the ins, the outs, the
absolutely, he'll know them inside out, and and if you're struggling, he'll set it for you. And I can one thing I can vouch for is it will be spot on. Yeah, spot on. Yeah, exactly. So, definitely. If you're in the market, have a look at them anyway. Definitely give them a look.
That's good stuff, Brenny. Good stuff. That concludes that. I know you wanted. We're going to move on to something that's very important that we're going to be speaking on next week. Just a quick shout out because we are talking about scopes and stuff. But Leon in Firebox came all the way back from South Africa with some presents for us there. He brought us some Leopold hats.
Legend.
And I was over there yesterday in the store. They're actually closing down their in-store store, and they're just going all online because it's their largest part of the business.
Yes.
And I've actually put my name down because Firebox have a trolley barbecue. It's an old school barbecue now. It's a tray style trolley barbecue. It's exactly built for like myself and yourself, rugged.
Right.
There's no frills in this one. It's a real old school barbecue. Big grill plate on it, and you can buy like a sit down over double pizza oven and all kinds of attachments to it. But there's 10 of them coming over in a container. I think 8 of them are already sold. So I put my name on one of them. Hopefully I'll have it in July.
Nice.
For Salt Hill. So yeah, and he's hopefully been able to. He said he's just checked the orders, and he's going to put my name on one of them, because I want to buy a barbecue for down here anyway.
Yes.
But like that, yeah, huge hunting fan of the podcast, and I think he's on his way over to America to open, for one of the larger brands, scopes and stuff, a store over in America for them. So
Wow.
He was involved with Leopold, and he actually, I was chatting to him, I was saying I was after being down in Wild Hunter buying my Hornady Super Performance and for deer season, and I bought a couple of another pooches of Celia and Bello just for foxing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, it's dear enough without putting €3 into a fox.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But I said to him, he had a Hornady t-shirt on, and I said, "Geez, I was only buying a bit of Hornady down in the shop down the road." And he says, "Oh, Hornady, yeah, sure, I know Jason only too well. I was on a hunting trip with him there." I said, "Jason who? Jason Hornady." Yeah, there you.
American dude actually was listening to a podcast with him actually a while ago. Yeah. Interesting, very interesting dude now. Yeah. Amazing. Hornady like started up in a garage at the back of his house.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
He bought, was it him or one of the others that bought a secondhand press or something from a post office or something to start refilling, or
could be right. Anyway. You could be right, yeah. You could be right, man. Yeah. It's
pissed off. I think he put a couple of bullets into an animal and it was still running, and he said he got pissed off with the quality.
That's right. That's right, and decided to take matters into his own hand. That is exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're dead right there. So,
there you go.
Interesting dude, definitely.
So thanks, Leon, and we'll be doing a little bit more. Hopefully, I've asked him to connect us to a couple of his mates, and they might be interested in doing a few bits with us. So, brilliant. We'll see how it goes on the road.
Happy days, yeah, deadly, yeah. Just on that as well, before I move on to the last thing I want to talk about is, we've gotten some messages in for lads struggling with getting certain types of ammunition. Is that a thing that's happening? Oh, I have heard of that in certain places. I was even struggling to get the Hornady ballistic tip for the 1.7. Is that a growing trend? Are people seeing a lot more of that now lately, that they're really struggling to get some ammunition? I know last year there was a couple of issues, wasn't there, with certain rounds?
There was, yeah. And look, I've searched high enough for the Super Performance in the 6.5 or 55.
Yeah.
And that's why I went with the. And look at the Celia and Bello are grand for foxing and stuff, but for deer, I wanted to make sure this year I wanted to have my game spot on. So
yeah, that's one of the things with deer, isn't it? That you just you have to pull out all the stops. With a fox, if you miss a fox, it's not the end of the world. If you hit a fox, it's not like a deer. A fox, you hit a fox, especially with 6.5 or 55, man, like he ain't going far. Before that's lights out. Where a deer is a different story. When you take that shot with a deer, it's just devastating. If you know you've hit him, but he takes off, it's just pure devastation.
Yeah.
So you don't want that anyway.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So look, that's we've 2 new hats for the studio.
Jesus, clearly wanting this is super stuff altogether. This is brilliant. Absolute legend. Yeah. So thanks. That would be great to see that.
A good mate of yours.
This is a good mate of mine. Yeah.
Tough out story.
Yeah. And we're going to kind of dedicate our next podcast to this itself. But I will just say before I do go on to it, just something. And I was fucking guilty of this. For all the lads and ladies out there, ring your mates. Yeah, don't be thinking, "Jeez, I haven't talked to that lad in ages or her in ages." Pick up the fucking phone and ring them. This friend of mine is a fucking one of my best mates from the time we grew up as kids, and we were in in the back of his garage, fucking playing guitars and drum kits, and we were, real good friends all through life. And I suppose as unfortunate as happened when you're married and kids and working, everything's getting away, and you don't talk as much as you used to and stuff. And more times I said, "Jeez, I must ring him and stuff," but and I fucking didn't. And anyway, I got chatting to him on Friday, just come by, and so he won't mind me mentioning. Barry Dunn is his name. An absolute legend. Barry's a carpenter by trade. Be well known around the place. He'd be a serious set up pair of hands on him. Does a good bit of hunting. Was big into the clay shooting as well. Would have been members of gun clubs down through the years. It does a lot of motocross as well. I would have known him through the motocross as well, of course. And stuff like that. We're both same age. He's set of twins. They're similar in age to Hannah and stuff. But I knew he had gone through a little bit of. I think he was kind of been diagnosed basically for long COVID. This is what was he'd been unwell and very fatigued and different things. And again, we'll go through a lot more detail on our next podcast about it. But he kind of took it on himself. He had been going and seeing specialists and they were treating him for this long COVID, and he'd gone and done a lot of tests. And as well as that, like it's all money too. As well as I do, when you meet these people, like it's all money. So, but he wasn't really happy on the results he was getting. He was missing a lot of time at work, and it was taking his toll on him. And in fairness to the man, like, which doesn't really surprise me if you know the type of person Barry is. He'd tackle Anton, and he just started doing some research, and believe it or believe it not, a TikTok video of all things sparked his interest when he saw similarities in one person's symptoms and the condition they were being treated for, and his own symptoms, and of course he'd been treated for long COVID, and anyway, he decided he done his research, he looked up on it, and he decided he was going to go and get some blood tests, I think, done. I think he had to send him to Germany, to a place over in Germany, to get these tests done. And as far as I'm aware, it was fairly conclusive. It came back that he tested positive for Lyme's disease, which is something that's all in the forefront of all our minds, because it's something that I think the people most at risk for it, I think would be fair to say, would be lads that are deer hunting, and but not only that, people that are out in the
hill walking and
hill walking. If you're working in your garden, if you're, it's I even hear there's adverts on the radio now. I think it could be on, I'm not sure which radio station, but some of the big ones anyway, there is intermittent adverts now warning people of the dangers of ticks and i.e. Lyme's disease. So I suppose so he might, I don't know if he might want to come on the podcast, but he's going to give us all his breakdown and stuff that he knows exactly what to look out for and stuff. We're going to chat more on a few people, and there's a couple of products out there as well that can aid, I suppose, in reducing the risks involved with deer hunting and the contact from ticks and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and tie it all in together for a podcast next week. I think it's one to be good to have in the forefront of everyone's mind coming into the upcoming season, which is fast approaching,
Yeah, and even for the guys out pheasant shooting, you're climbing through ditches and crawling and through old break gaps and fences and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Sure, it's as simple to get there as well. You know what I mean?
You hit the nail on the head there. One of the members of our own club last year sent us in a picture and a message, said, lads, just look at, he actually took a picture of it, and he says, just cop this little fucker on my arm. And he said he had been out, and I think he was out hunting, and he might have laid down getting a sandwich or whatever it was anyway. There it was in his arm. So lucky enough, it was all right. He removed it and monitored it, and everything was grand. But again, he wasn't dragging any deer. He wasn't up in the mountain. He was out in agricultural land.
Dogs and stuff like that as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to definitely talk more on that next week and bring us that. But on that, as I say, just ring your mates, boys. Don't fucking, I kind of, yourself, man, you feel bad. Like then you're like, fucking hell, I should have rang. He's obviously been through a little bit of a tough time, and you feel like an arsehole, and you say like, jeez, I should have fucking rang him and seen if he was all right. But anyway, pick up the phone, ring your mates. The fuck.
Yeah, and that ties into what we were talking about last week as well. And that's the if nothing, I know it's a tough time for him, and hopefully he gets on top of it now. But again, every cloud is a silver lining, and probably through the podcast and through what we were talking about last week, maybe, and then obviously the bit of a platform that we have to hopefully highlight that to other people, and something good will come out of that story,
Absolutely.
Be it not today, but down the line,
Absolutely, man.
Somebody recognises the symptoms, and I suppose if we're all looking out for each other and fighting for the one cause, we'll make it a better place.
That's exactly it, man. Yeah, exactly. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Looking forward to learning a little bit more about that. There's another small thing, just a shout out there to a man there who has, and I just sent him a message on Instagram. Stevie White's up foot and turf there in the bog on the bank holiday weekend.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I sent him
to do it. You had to fucking mention the turf, didn't you?
Yeah. So I just said to him, the old phrase that we'd know only too well, head down, arse up, and Stevie wrote back, the worst phrase in the English language.
Remember that old song that used to be on there? Face down, ass up. That's the way we like that. I think someone changed it to foot. Face down, ass up. That's the way we like the foot. Oh, Jesus, man. Now you're after putting it. I wouldn't mind, man. I'm going to be flat out. Like I think we've 4 plots of turf, or 3 or 4 plots of turf between 2 families. And I don't even burn a side of turf myself. So
I know that feeling.
Yeah, so that's the fucking part of it. But so that's get out there and enjoy the old bog. You wouldn't bet.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, for those of you who do not know what we are talking about, if you want an experience, 4 plots there somewhere around Broadford. And, gladly teach you.
Yeah, Broadford, Ballyhagan direction. Yeah, up there, and no problem at all. And get stuck in. We'll time you.
Make it a race.
We'll make it a race, exactly. Yeah. On that note, we'll wrap it up. If you're heading to the bog, as always, bring your sun cream and your hat. Don't be like Rogan.
Protection.
Use protection, lad. Exactly. Use your protection. Yeah, exactly. By call. Fuck yeah, exactly. It's handier. But Sinead, we'll wrap it up on that. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend, whatever you have left of it, and stay safe.
Over and out.
Have a good one. Take it easy.
Thanks, Brenny.
Cheers, man.